everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. Hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here at Shiba, seeing what's going on with this guy. Wow, fantastic stuff. Congrats. I want to start off with a quick congrats. I know I do this a lot, but there's with good reason here. We took a swing trade recent on our premium group, and we took some healthy profits there. 62% in 8 days. That's a good 5x leverage trade there for our swing trading community. We did take a previous trade as well, hit our third profit target as well, 120% there. So again, SHIB's been a very big profit taker for us today. We obviously took profit at on Avalanche as well as ICP early in the morning. So again, a lot of this is fully automated. We're kind of sleeping through half of it, but generally speaking, it is nice to get those profits. Again, congrats to our community. I do have some fibs levels here from our previous analysis. Of course, that was when I sent the swing trade, and then my most recent here as well. And I don't know if you recall, but I was mentioning it's extremely important not to short this coin at this point, because we keep retesting this level here at about 10.1. Let's make it a little easier. 1019. I'll just go ahead and say that 1019 essentially was that level that was extremely important. I think I rounded up to 1020 based on the fibs there, and just generally speaking, not a place we want to short. Okay, so again, I know hindsight's 2020. Of course, it's always easy to say that. Obviously, I didn't expect it to come up this high, but now that it is, we need to know what is going to happen next with the price action. Is it going to come back down, or where we're at? Okay. Well, let's quickly note here the liquidation levels. We can see all these shorts here, right there at about 10.2. Or again, I know I'm saying 10.2, but 1020, easiest way to put it, where we can kind of see that healthy amount of liquidation. And I say healthy basically just based on quantity. Okay, it was a large amount of liquidation at that level. Again, folks trying to short this. I don't know why you short when you're retesting highs. Most recent highs, when you retest those levels, it's common for the level to at least be swept and then retrace. In this case, it swept, continued going. Okay. Either way, a lot of liquidation there. Right now, we can see that there's not a ton left to the upside. Some late shorts here at about 12 or 1.2, but down here, if we see, there is actually an area in which we can see some late longs at basically 1 even, 1.0 even, or 0.009. Okay. Again, I know the numbers are all over the place, but this 1,000 SHIB is just kind of, it's a 1/1000th, if you will. So when we're looking at here, the easiest way to describe it is basically just 1020. Okay, so again, charts might look a little different, but it's the same concept, same coin at this point. Okay, I know it can be a little confusing. I got that question last time. So all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the macro just really quick and note kind of where we're at here with this current situation, right? Because we haven't looked at the macro in just a couple of days here. And at this point, we can see RSI just over 70. That's a perfect place. We love to see that. Money flow index at the same place. Strong convergence here on the stochastic RSI. And again, I always teach this here. The second stochastic swing is usually the most impactful. Now, again, we couldn't anticipate how high this price was going to go. But once we swung this second time here, that was a case in point where we'd want to consider a long position, again, based on the stochastic RSI being low and the traditional RSI being high. That's a good sign. It implies it's overbought, but also stochastic RSI has had enough time to calm down for the price to swing back up again. We can also see the same thing here with the MACD, of course. This is not really as telling, but when we got this MACD-FU a couple of days ago, price action is due for a correction to the upside, maintaining that healthy support level right there at about 950. Okay, so again, all good stuff here on the daily. Moving averages are below the price action. We could draw out some low time frame trend lines just to kind of be on the safe side here. We'll go ahead and pay attention to that a little bit later. A lot of times I like to kind of draw that concurrent with the most recent. Let's do this here. This might be a little bit better, just so we can kind of pay attention. Again, when you draw out support levels and resistance lines, trend lines, those things there, it doesn't have to be exact science. It's just kind of giving us the indication that we're moving concurrent with the 20 and the 50-day SMA, and that we want to pay attention to that level. Okay, I just simply do that for later. It might seem confusing with all these lines on the chart, but they just help me later with key levels that are important to kind of recognize. That said, TD sequential is going to tell us we're at a 6 here. We've been moving for about 24 hours in the same direction. That really tells us that the price action is due for a correction, likely in the next 12 to 24 hours. Okay, so again, it could even pull back now, but I do not recommend ever shorting a coin that's moving like this, right? Because again, you see this volume. Look how much volume is coming in this coin. I know pumps and dumps happen, but this isn't the market right now for that. When things are pumping, they tend to stick around for a while. We got to recognize that the price is more likely to increase than decrease. So if you're in a long position, you've got some healthy profits, wouldn't hurt to adjust your stop loss to this most recent high here, somewhere in the range of about 1070 or 1.07, and effectively consider a stop loss adjustment to that level, just in case the price pulls back. Again, this is a previous high. That's why I drew that line out there. It's kind of an area that is fairly important to recognize. Let's go ahead and draw out some fibs here as well, just kind of give you perspective. Let's remove the previous, and we're going to go with just some larger time frame fibs. This is basically roughly last 1 week worth of trading. So last 1 week's worth of trading, we can see all that. An easy way to describe it too is that when the price pulls back, if it were to, it will pull back to these 0.382, 0.5, 0.618 fib levels. It's really common. So me, oftentimes, if I'm looking for an entry, I'll set my entry levels at those 3 targets or just above if I'm looking for a long. And if I'm shorting, those will be my profit targets, right? The Fibonacci retracement levels are extremely important to understand. So if you utilize them, you find yourself a little bit more, you can navigate the market a little easier as far as when to get in and when to get out. So in that case, the whole point of me showing this to you is a worst case scenario. Do I think we're going to see the price action back down to this 0.618 level at about 1020, that previous resistance? No, probably not. But if it does come back to that level, we have a strong amount of volume in this range, and we can presume that the price is going to bounce in this area. Okay. Again, obviously depends on where you have your chart pulled up, but the average true range recently here is right at that 1,000 mark, or 0.01 essentially, depending on which chart you're using or what trading pair is available for your exchange. Having said that, that's a worst case scenario. I will post that on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. It looks a little something like this, where I give you potential playout charts based on what my thoughts are there. And typically, I like to include the Elliott Wave or Fibonacci retracement levels, so you know generally what to look for. All right, that all being said, what's the momentum look like on the hourly? Probably pretty strong. Yeah, big surprise. Price action is free and clear of the lagging span. Conversion lines above the baseline. We are absolutely in 100% good shape right now. So this coin is not shortable right now. I do not recommend it. You're going to get some bravados out there posting on Twitter and Telegram just how amazing they are, where they caught the top here. But they probably aren't going to share with you how many times it took them to get that level and how many liquidations they faced in the process. So please, please, please try not to chase these kind of candles. If you didn't get in, it's okay. Wait for the next wave. There's a good chance the price should pull back at least a little bit, and you can try to get in if you want to insist. 0.236, 0.382, 0.5, those are all levels you can consider adding to your position. Okay, because again, you can set up a trade right here, for example, and then the next trade, or just add to your position here, and the likelihood of the price bouncing off one of these levels is extremely high. Okay, so again, just something to kind of consider. That's usually how I structure my trades, and that's honestly how we structure our trade too with the previous SHIB trade, is just generally I've had multiple entry targets and multiple profit targets, and of course a standard stop loss. We haven't had a liquidation in months, and when we hit our stop loss, we've only had one stop loss this month so far. It's been a very, very good month for us, and thank you again for the awesome feedback from my community there on that SHIB trade. I'm so happy that worked. I'm more excited about the ICP trade because that was a lot of profit in one day. It's rare for us to hit 100+% on a 5x leverage trade in roughly 36 hours. That was awesome. So either way, cool stuff there. Check that out. Link down below. Most important here to reference this exchange. They're phenomenal, Bitunix. Most of our communities transitioned over to this from BingX just because no KYC, no VPN, and they coincidentally are just a standard, better exchange, if you will. They have really good things that are standard for the exchange. Trailing stop loss, multiple profit targets, things you really need to utilize as a trader that most other exchanges kind of neglect offering. So again, super happy about that. Thanks for offering that to our community. If you use the link down below, you'll be eligible for significant benefit rewards and of course future trading competitions, which we'll start having here very soon now that we have a decent amount of traders over there. So all right, what are your thoughts on SHIB? What do you think is going to happen next? Comment below. Love to hear it. Like, subscribe, follow. Deeply appreciate it, and we'll look forward to seeing the next one. Have a good rest of your day. Take care.